Hello, live chat. Good evening. Are we live? 3 hands up in the chat if we're live.
This isn't just a wallet, it's a rare find. There's something different about owning something almost nobody else has. That's why when Ridge dropped their limited Kintsugi collection, I had to grab one. Inspired by the Japanese art of turning imperfections into golden masterpieces, each Ridge Kintsugi wallet has a completely unique golden etched pattern. Literally one of only 8 exclusive designs. That means the wallet in my pocket right now, you won't see another one exactly like it. It comfortably carries up to 12 cards, some cash, and even has room for an AirTag. Rare, refined, and guaranteed to spark conversation every time I play.
And
with a 99-day risk-free trial,
we're back
free
for some
shipping,
more
and free
second
returns,
week
no wonder
on the
Ridge is in
bounce.
pocket of
Last
over
week
5 million men worldwide.
was a real tasty race with a sprint finish. That was over in France with a reduced bunch sprint. I think the bunch was about 25, 30 riders. We aimed for a top 50% finish in that bunch, and I think we ended up finishing 9.
And command it.
I might be wrong there,
the
but
difference
I
between
think
being overlooked and getting what you want.
We definitely finished inside the top 15. We definitely got that top
50% and vocal control.
Finish this week.
Stop
well,
being
we're another
overlooked
week
at work.
into
Start
training.
Out right now.
So hopefully
this
we can be in the pointy end a bit more. And the course is Greater London Loop Reverse. It's going to be 2 laps. 42 kilometers.
After 50 years,
no power-ups.
One thing is clear.
And we're going up Fox Hill. So Fox Hill will be done.
I have a great workout for you today.
Twice.
Let's do it. We're going to be fierce. We're going to be intense.
You push for more.
Will be twice.
You climb higher.
Something playing on the
run
PC.
Faster.
Is that the?
Pedal further. Row harder.
Oh, that's my own stream. That's
come back for more.
That's my own stream in the background. There we go. It should have stopped now. Give me a thumbs up. It should have stopped. In fact, that reminds me. I want to put the little background music back on Zwift to provide some ambient sound for you. Yeah, this race should be about an hour, 42 kilometers. So yeah, it's going to be about an hour. It's an interesting finish as well. The finish is, well, you'll see, but it's actually kind of, well, it's downhill, but it's uphill as well. So if you go long in the sprint, it could be favourable. When I say go long, I mean about 900 meters out from the finish. There is a long drag for about 400 meters, and then it flattens off, then goes downhill to the line for the last 300-400 meters. So, not to give away tactics, but if you're in a small group there, it could be advantageous to go long. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the audio. And just put that up a little bit. How's everybody doing anyway? How's everybody doing? There we go. We've got a little bit of ambient sound in the background. Not too much. I'm not fancy enough to put music on in the background, and I've had enough comments from people in the past saying they don't like it, so it turns out this stream prefers to hear the sound of my breathing. The sound of my breathing, which is nice. Okay. There we go. How long have we got? Now we've got about 13 minutes, so we're still early. You're early, folks. You're early. Well done. Just been getting some extra time in. Spent 14 hours riding this week. 14 hours as of now, actually. We've done 12 minutes. So we should be wrapping this week up with about 15 or 16 hours. Majority of that is at this intensity. And Next week, well, this is the thing. There's a lot of intensity minutes coming from Zwift currently, from racing. So whenever I'm riding my bike, whenever you see me riding my bike, I'm not live streaming. That's all I'm doing really, is just riding my bike. Sounds very boring. But no, in all seriousness, it's all about just supplementing, complementing what I do around what I'm doing online. So tonight we have this. Tuesday night we have Zwift Racing League again, of course. Wednesday night we have another time trial as part of the Cycling Time Trial Winter Series. And then this Thursday we have the new restart. I think it's called the Prestige League. I might have got that wrong. So I'm getting involved in that. So that's 3 days of racing on the bones in a week. But that's not going to be like that every week. So that is why the majority of my riding has just been this. Just ticking over. I did an endurance ride. When was it? I think it was Friday. I did it in New York on one of these courses, one of the new courses, and really enjoyed using those power segments for some, for a little bit of motivation really to do sprints, but just nice. I think I prefer those to the regular segments where you're kind of timed. I mean, obviously I like going and seeing the times and the improvements on the leaderboards like that, but I quite like the power segments because obviously like the 5 second, the 10 second, 20 second, those kind of segments, I see people, wow, a lot of power over 20 seconds. Some people doing 1000 watts, 900 watts, 20 seconds. I'm lucky to get that as a peak. but I like it. It's good motivation for someone like myself. In an endurance ride, I'll just sprinkle in a little sprint every now and then. 5-10 seconds. And it's, I'm getting like maybe top 20, top 15 in the on like raw power for a 5 or 10 second effort. But yeah, I'm curious to see if I can crack into top 10s for things like that. Following your footsteps, Robin. Plus, I'm on the creatine as well, so look out. Oh, thanks, Brian. A bunch of DQs. Wow. Did he get dropped the first time up, Fox, or the second time? The first time, I mean, in this race, guys, coming up, the first time at Fox Hill is like 3 minutes in. So it's another reason why I'm doing some warming up. And I'm going to be hopefully hanging on the first time, and the second time will be more comfortable maybe. By the way, I don't know if you've noticed the crowns in the chat next to people's names. That basically means you accumulate XP. Very common to leave. So you there's like a little leaderboard, like top fans. So the more you comment, the more XP you get, and you can be number 1, number 2, number 3. I don't know how far it goes actually, but Brian's number 1 currently. Yeah, under the positive comments. Oh, there's some sweat. I might have to put the fan on. Oh, VirtuSlo 4 Endurance League is about to start. It's time to line up. Are you ready? Was that 5 minutes to go? No. No thanks, we'll stay here. Give it another couple of minutes. Shed life is good. Actually, Emma, I had a Hoover in here today. Hoovered about. Found two spiders. One of them is living permanently under the turbo mat. Because there's a little gap actually, where the little foam mats are underneath. He's living under there. I've decided I'm just going to leave him be. But there was another one I discovered over in that corner of the room. So I hoovered him up. Please don't report me. And because we've got, I don't know if any of you have seen this, the Zwift, the pain cave, the head in the shed. But it's like half and half. So half of it is carpeted. Or it's just a carpet on wood. And the other half is turbo mats, and obviously this whole setup. So on that side, it's had another carpet on top of the carpet that's just been rolled up. That was this half. So I've now put that in the van because I'm going to get rid of it. So I had to move some stuff. I had to hoover because it's been wet obviously. When I've been walking in from the garden, I've been bringing stuff in. And leaves and stuff have just been sort of draped all over the floor. So, been hoovering, been putting stuff in the drawers over there, which the drawers are not going to live here, they're going to go up in the house. But that side of the room, maybe obviously not because it's the winter now, but we can definitely start to think about the space. I want to make it a bit more comfy and cozy. And somewhere in the summer, or even in the spring or autumn, whatever, you can sit in the corner. You can watch the TV from here, because I can swivel it and everything. So, what I've been doing today is hoovering and sorting and collecting apples that have been falling off the apple tree behind. I've been sweeping them. There's a lot, a heck of a lot. So we're going to take them to a local farm, feed the cattle with them, and so they won't go to waste. But yeah, it's getting there, you know. It's getting there, and yeah, we've still got lots of stuff to do. You know, when you move into a house, like we've nearly been here a year. I mean, we're looking back at the survey we had done on the house, and that survey was done 13 months ago. So, you know, we've nearly been here a year already. I don't know if am I square on? I don't think I am I? Yeah, I could put a hot tub in it, that's for sure. I could definitely put a hot tub behind it. There's some space behind the summer house. There's an old area where they've obviously they've got the tree there, but if we get rid of it, because our idea is to get rid of it, we could definitely put some at the back of the garden behind, but they're expensive. And I already have a sauna in here. Okay, how are we doing? Yeah, we're pretty square on there. That's alright. Hey Jay, what's my height, weight, FTP? I don't actually get asked everywhere. My weight at the minute fluctuates because it's that time of the year. Because I'm not that dialed with it. When I'm dialed with it, it doesn't fluctuate as much. Surprise, surprise. So I'm about 65 kilograms at the minute on average. But it can fluctuate 1 or 2 kilos either way. And then my height is 177 and my FTP, well, the other day I did 360 watts for 26 minutes. So my FTP is going to be around about 350 watts at about, at about 65 kilograms. So, yeah. Okay. We're all set up then, folks. And the event's about to start. We're all good. Here we go. Remember to like the stream. Subscribe if you're new. You can also get involved in the live comments. But if not, sit back, relax. Enjoy the show. Hey, I see another back pedal, Jizzy. I didn't catch a name there, you'll have to check it out, see if you can see on the right hand side. Let's move up a little bit. There they are. Alright, here we go. It's bunched up. Straight into the climb. Can't have that warm up now. Good spot, Ian. Good spot. Thank you. Have a good one, Nathan. Have a good one. It's going to string out. It is stringing out, folks. Look at it behind. Oh. This group is split. No, I think our group will get back on. There's a question there, how am I in gear 18 going uphill? Kieran, because my training difficulty is set really low, right? That's what. Jack. Okay. Cheers, Jesse. Much appreciated. There's our group behind. There's a good few in there, so I probably wouldn't have burnt that match jumping across this group if I thought that group would come back, but it was looking a bit dangerous, given that it was splitting behind. There was less and less numbers in that group, and the balance was tipping between the two groups in terms of numbers. There's going to be 5 or 6 up front, and then if the group had really shed more in the group I was in, it would have been lacking numbers. So now it's not so bad really, although Jesse just pointed out there's one rider in the front group that we need to watch there. That's 3 riders up the road, but now there's a group behind us of at least 6 coming back, so there's a lot of flat now. A lot of well, I can still do some pulls if needed, but it's always interesting having to climb that early, because you get to know where everybody is like really early. You get a feel for the group. It looks like they're coming back anyway, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. There's another one rider behind chasing at 6 seconds. Look at the normalized power so far, folks. Top left hand corner. There it says WP. 346 watts. For the first 12 minutes, although that would have been higher at the top of that climb, obviously. We've just come down the descent. Super interesting, if you don't know what that is. That rider looks like it's just going to make it back on. Oh, I'm just going to get on. I just drove off the back a tad just to extend that group. See if you can just catch a draft. So 4 seconds now though. Looks like it's going out. Trouble is when you have someone in the group now who is doing 7 watts per kilo or, you know, surging or whatever, it really drags the group. Like, you never really get a chance to rest. It's the same, you know, when you're riding with a robo pacer. If you're riding a robo pacer that's above your ability, it always feels uncomfortable. You're trying to, like, it feels like there's always gaps to close. And that's what we have here now. A rider who's doing very high levels of power, dragging the group out. So, well, in some ways you could say that makes the race much harder, because everybody's going to now have to close these gaps and they'll wear down. And then we have another climb to do, obviously. Just got to be aware of the splits. There goes again. Not really much you can do about it. Good training. Trying to hang on. How did I get on as Zwift team? That's a multi-layered question, to be honest, because I've been Zwifting for a long time. The backpedal team has kind of come out the necessity, really, of the community that kind of, you know, grew out of, I guess, lockdown, to be honest. That's kind of when it all started, I suppose. But I also race for Restart, which kind of gives me a bit more exposure to the you know, the bigger races and the bigger series, I guess. So it's no different really to the outdoor world, where you kind of contact people and get on teams. You know, you kind of pitch yourself as a sprinter or whatever. You know what I mean? So there goes Jack. Oh yeah. I'm a sprinter. You don't have to be, you know, there's no barrier to entry. That's the cool thing about, you know, Zwift racing. All the categories. You know, Charlie races, you know, when she can, with the back pedal D team. There's lots of folks here in the chat, you know, who race across all different categories. So it's that's the cool thing. Is it's almost irrelevant what level you are, which is great. Hey, nice one, Marco. You're a legend. So, the opportunity I was given at Restart, I mean, I raced at Wahoo as well for some years. You know, I had a fantastic opportunity with them too. So the way I see it really is, you know, backpedal for me was always the community. I love racing, like do races like this, represent, get a backpedal jersey on, you know, and really just enjoy racing. And then when it comes to those, you know, bigger races with more exposure, you know, I get a chance to represent Restart, and that's, hey, stage 1, got it. And I'd like to see that with lots of other riders as well, you know, that opportunity to move on. You know, if they're obviously progressing, you know, if they get snapped up by another team, whatever it is, you know, that's cool. Oh crap, that's not good. That was bad. That's a big match there that I really shouldn't have had to burn. I should have really followed it. I think I was distracted. But oh, I can feel my legs there now. But also I got lucky there with the terrain, how it just dragged, and then I steered around the corner, and then it went down. And like I didn't panic there because I was quite close to the back, so I just allowed the speed to carry. Look, they've broken away again. There's going to be a breaking point somewhere. Hey, morning, Jeff. Morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, everybody. How many's here? Who's watching? How many's watching here? Yeah, it does seem a bit crazy tonight, Emma. I think we're all very excited for this next climb. Ah, nice, 200 of you, thank you. I'll tell you what's amazing. When I did the time show the other night, that was like 250 or something watching me just suffer for 26 minutes during a time trial. Hold up, watch out. Here we go. Gotta be careful. Hey, thank you, Jay. Throw some head modes in the chat for Jay. Thank you, head mode. Thank you, head mode. Thank you, Jay. Oh my word. So this is the finish now, folks. This is a hard finish. I look how hard we're racing already. 330 watts normalised power for 26 minutes. Don't forget, during that 26 minute time trial, I averaged 355, so we're not far off my capacity here. And we've still got a climb left. Thank you, Magma. Jack the lad, isn't it? Yeah, it's just a hard finish. You go up there and then you come down. So what are we here? 20 kilometers. It's going to be maybe 300-400 meters from here. It's not an easy finish at all, is it? It's really technical in terms of, you know, how long you sprint for and hey, Neil's in the house, in the shed. How you doing? Neil's turns up and the pace is, we finally got some rest. Whoa. All right then, bit of composure needed. One lap to go. Yes, straight along the loop, reverse. We've got a funky guy in this group. Got Jack the lad here. Hopefully nobody attacks now. That'll be disgusting. This is going to be actually a filthy normalized power for... Now when we hit this 5-minute climb again, it's going to be like 40 minutes in total at like 330 watts. That's going to be filthy. Filthy. Not far off, actually, how hard the Zwift Racing League was last Tuesday. That was like 330 normalized power for an hour. So this is where power is really awesome when you're making comparisons. Gives you a nice gauge. Can't always be comparable, but alright, here we go. Oh boy. Okay, confidence. We need confidence. We managed to get up there last time, it was all good. We can't let someone with short socks win, that's for sure. You know him. Let's go. $52 seconds to the next group. It's gonna be a long way to go if you're on your own at this climb. Do we try or do we sit? What do we think? What do we know about the German who's just attacked off the front there? I'm curious. Understood. How big is he? How heavy? What's the numbers like? What's the power like? My beloved director sportives. 72.5. Okay, big lad, strong lad. We have to be careful then. 1 minute power. Anybody know 1 minute power? One minute power, 7 lang lang. Interesting. Alright, there he goes again. We don't have to panic though, we have Jack. As long as Jack's in our group. Oh. Come on, Jack. Come on. Whoa. Hit that like button and 2K to go, everyone. It's been some great racing, phenomenal. Some of the best racing we've had. It's been awesome. Jeez. Oh, my legs. Oh, my legs completely buckled. Completely buckled. I went to stand there at the end, I just like had to sit down. Oh, I'm cooked. What a race. What a ride from that group, everyone in that group. What a ride. But also such good like racing. And to be at the front there and to be in it, and to be, I just trying to make that race hard and hard and hard, because I knew the last minute that Kickr there is not going to be like my forte. Just had to like, oh come on, let's try and force this, and it was breaking down, the race was breaking down, and had good legs up until the last 150 meters. Yeah, what's second place there? Pella. How do you pronounce it? Superb race. Sorensen superb race. Superb. I was just cooked there. I was just cooked. Whew. But yeah, good. That's good though. I really enjoyed how hard that was, and how we were able to just. Sometimes it's really nice when it's like frying pans at dawn. You know, where you're just knocking crap out of each other. Pardon the language, but sometimes it just feels so good. When you're on the receiving end of it and you're not feeling good, it's never good. But like when you're in a group like that and everybody feels like they're roughly the same ability, and you know everyone's going for it. It's just such good racing, and it's such good fun. Oh. But yeah, that was a strong effort at the end. I kind of, with about 300 meters to go as we came over that crest, I was like, you guys were telling me that he's strong in that last minute, that last 30 seconds, and I was waiting for it. I went over the top, and I was 400 meters to go, and I was like, I looked back, and I could see there was a gap, but I thought, no, that's not right, you know. And then, as we started to come, he just went flying past, because, you know, if you've got peak powers of 1,000 watts, you know, 1,100 watts, you know, you've got super high peak powers like that, you can really snap. And, you know, doing the 600, 700, 800 watts up that drag when I was just going there at the end, you know, would have been it's a lot easier for someone who's got 1,000 watts in the tank. And when he lets go then at the end, there's nothing I could do, you know, those peak power numbers, there's nothing I could do there. So I just gave it everything towards the end. Couldn't wait for that downhill bit. It's not going to work. So, oh, wow. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look at the numbers. And let's have a look at the graph. This graph is going to be horrible. I know it. This graph is going to be horrible. Oh. Although it's kind of nice at the same time. I kind of like that. Not gonna lie. That's pretty horrific. Oh, good grief. Good grief. Oh. Oh, I'm going to say, I've got to cool down, folks. I've got to cool down. Just give me a second. I'm going to turn the light on. Because I have a feeling these lights are going to run out of battery behind me. Need to give him a... Need to charge him up. In fact, I might do that now. While I'm down here. one good use for the Zwift Play charging cable. It's a dual USB Type C charger. So I'm just going to give these some juice. Take this one off the wall. Oh, switch that on. Oh, do. Oh. Hey, thank you, Niels. You like the new stream setup? Thank you. I think the trick is, folks, spending money usually solves most problems when it comes to the stream setup. I do need, someone did point out there I had another chain slip or chain jump. I do need to sort that out. I don't really know what's causing it. Potentially need a new cassette. Potentially. But it could be a variety of things. Hey, nice one, Marco. Sorry, I missed you leaving there. Oh, nice one, Nico. Nico, I'm sure you've been in the chat before. I recognise your name now that I've seen it in here. New 5-minute PB. Was that up the climb, I wonder? Or was it on the flat there? 8-hour arm workout. Oh. See you, Jesse. Thanks for joining. Sorry I missed you leaving there. Hey, I got a question. There's a question. Lucky I went back. How do I balance making the content I love to make the most and the content you know will perform good? That's a good question. To be honest, I know the content. Well, no, I don't know which content does well and which content doesn't do so well. Because in this game you can never really tell. I do know that content that does well is not always sustainable unless you're a full-time content creator. So, you know, I'm not really a full-time content creator. I create content, but it's not my job, really. I'm not paid to do it. So the people who I follow who are paid to do it, and you know, they ride bikes, or they, you know, they're into fitness, and you know, they do it. Their content creating is their job, and so they make, I guess, interesting content of the sport they do, or do cycling. Because of the performance aspect of what I do, you know, I'm still trying to race. I'm still trying to be the best athlete I can be. Then the content takes a back seat most of the time, and creating content that I love to make the daily content, just the vlogs, you know, the, you know, training vlogs, you know, all that kind of stuff. I love to do that as much as I love to do the big events, but I know the big events do far better generally than, you know, just the content that I like to make on a daily basis. It's such a deep question, that. It's a good question. It's such a deep question. But also it's a really hard one to answer because it's multi-layered. There's so much to like unpack. Content creating is a crazy old world. And like sometimes I've got to stop myself from falling down that like sort of dangerous rabbit hole of like comparing like content and you know what I do and stuff. I have to remember that I'm first and foremost trying to be a successful athlete, you know, when it comes to like what you see, like that's the whole point of my content really. And taking you along for the ride, like, you know, the other arm of what I do with coaching and stuff, but I try to sort of keep that a little bit separate. What I'm doing with my content is really just an extension of me being an athlete, which funny enough is far easier to do on Instagram, like content wise around being an athlete or doing the sport you love. You know, it's easier, it's not easier, but like I feel like there's less stress with Instagram. You can throw anything out there almost and it sticks. YouTube's a lot more intricate. There's a lot more going on, but I feel like I have a far bigger community and a better engaged community on YouTube than I do on Instagram, and that's mainly because I put more time into YouTube essentially. I am starting to enjoy Instagram. Hang on, have I missed anything? Oh, where are the nice lights from? Did I miss that question? The nice lights, they're actually from Amazon. Sorry. They're, I don't know if you saw them briefly. They're basically like lights that you stick on the wall. They're RGB lights. They do soft. They do different settings. They do quite a bright white light, a soft, you know, a warmer color, warmer light. And then they obviously do the colours. So I've got four of them. Four of them come in a pack for about £30. And then I've got two behind me, pointing at the wall, and then two in front of me. One's actually attached to the ceiling. So have I planned anything for next year? Apart from a High Rocks event? No. No High Rocks. Cheers, Nico. Sorry, I missed your leave as well. When it comes to events next year, again, this is where the content thing, I guess, can be linked in. So it depends on a few things. But first and foremost, I'm speaking to some people about events next year because sometimes I get invited to events, and other times then I choose to go to the event. So it's a balancing act in a minute. I've seen a couple of events that have popped out that are new and they interest me. The classics, like, you know, the Tap to Toe and stuff. You know, those types of things are definitely on my radar. But it's sort of in process currently. Can't really tell you any more, really, because I don't really know anymore. All I know is for sure, I've always said that, you know, November, October, November through to March, you know, you'll definitely see my live streams, you know, multiple times a week. There's lots of races and series of races I want to do, of course, on here. So, you know, at least for the medium term, you know, you'll be seeing a lot of me on here. So, yeah. I did have a message I need to reply to, actually, a Gran Fondo team who asked me if I was interested in joining them as a guest. and doing a couple of events. There's an event out in Austria, maybe Maratona, Dolomites, you know, so there's a few things there's some loose ends I need to tidy up, basically, so. Hey, thank you, Milan. Oh. Top fans. Accidentally clicked on that. Yes, exactly. Now, big week. 3 days of racing coming up. Tomorrow's my only easy day in the next 4 or 5 days. Oh, nice one, Scotty. Breaking the top 100. That's a win. That's a win. Come on. That's a win. There was like 350 people in that, right? In that race. No, Milan, good question. Jim, good question. So obviously I got married. So basically I was very consistent in the gym up until we got married. And because, you know, I wanted to look good on my wedding day. No, that's a joke. So where we're at now is I need to get back into it. I'm out of routine. You know how it is, like you have a good routine, it just becomes a habit. But I went back to Mallorca then, didn't I? So I didn't really, I did that thing, you know, everybody does that thing where they go, you know, oh, I'll start next week. Oh wait, hang on, I'm going to Mallorca, so I won't start next week because the week after I'm going to Mallorca, so what's the point of me actually starting next week? If I'm going to be away for 2 weeks or a week. We all do that. I hope. So in the end I just said, like, I'll just do what I'll get back when I get back. And yeah. I gotta be honest, Marco, I love the Gran Fondos. I love the Gran Fondos. I also love I love them for a variety of reasons. I think I love them most because you have thousands and thousands of people, and everyone's all different abilities. You know, much like riding on here, to be honest. But you know, it's amazing. Thousands of people sharing it, and that's what we kind of don't have here in the UK. We do with a couple of events, but it's different level in Europe and a different level. Not just the competition, but the mountains are a different level. The you know, the whole vibe, and the closed roads, of course. Or majority of them are closed roads. But yeah. Hey Al, how you doing? Long time no see. Welcome back, Al. Everyone welcome Al back. Unless I missed the comment earlier. I think that's the first comment I've seen from you, so welcome. Whereabouts are you living now, Al? You still out there, same place? Oh no, for breathing issues. Get well soon. Get well soon. That is correct, Milan. Well, both, actually. Both. Have I done Monument Cyclos? Do you know what? I actually haven't. You're talking about like Paris-Roubaix or Strada Bianchi, however you want to say it. Do you know what? I really would enjoy having a stab at one of them. I've never been to see a classic. To be honest, I haven't actually seen many pro races. You know, I'd really love to go and see one of the one-day classics. There's a guy near me. Some of you may, if you follow cycling content on Instagram, you may know Adam Latcham, also known as Latchy. So he's Welsh, lives a couple of hours from me. He goes out every year and stays in his motorhome, and he does some visits to Flanders and enjoys watching the racing. I've got to do it. I feel like it's something I've got to tick off. Ah, nice. Still Washington State. Cool. Yeah, I was going to say Flanders probably over Roubaix. Although, for someone my size, Roubaix would probably be literal hell, right? Like, would I probably need my gravel bike? Or would I need a mountain bike? I remember you saying, Hilly is the place. I remember you saying. Because every year for the last 3 years, we've been talking about this today. You know, we've driven out to the Tour de France. Well, we've done a variety of things in July. We've done the Étape. We've done the Tour de Mont Blanc. And I was saying, like, maybe next year, it'd be nice to do something different. Like go and do one of the one-day classics. Or go and, stay in the region and, ride some of the roads. And, because it won't be such a long drive. And stuff, so driving to the south of France is a fair way. Oh, Scotty, disgusting. That must have been up the KOM, right? That must have been up the KOM. Oh, you're not talking about tonight's race. What are you talking about? You're talking about one of these events. Oh, nice with nails. Well, awful as in road surface or just hard roads? Right. Yeah, I know. Sorry, Scott. We jump between. I think we're well known for jumping between topics around here. Road surface. I see. You don't weigh 90 kilos. Oh. Oh, I tell you what, my legs don't feel much better for doing this extra cooldown. Oh. Oh wow. That makes a difference when you're not racing up here. Takes you about double, triple the length of time. There you go. Whew. Favorite dinner meal? To be honest, my favourite dinner meal at the minute is like is pie. Pie. Yeah, I'm giving the real answers, Niels. The real answers. Well, it depends how much rice you eat, Niels. Because you can also get lean on the same recipe. The same meal can bulk you or lean you. Alright, cheers, Scotty. Thank you for joining. See you next week. Alright, do you know what? We're going to wrap it up there, folks. We're going to wrap it up there. We've ridden for about, let's say, probably an hour and 45. Hour and 45 minutes tonight. That's enough for this evening. That does take us up to 16 hours, I think, this week. So we'll call it there. We'll call it that. It's got to be a good week. A good week. Just remember, folks, wherever you are fitness-wise, you know, you can always move forward. Hearing a lot of you in the chat tonight in some difficult places. I'm wishing you the best. And it's, I know it's not always easy. I'm also on the road to getting back to some high levels of fitness, so let's do it together. Oh, crikey, I didn't realise we did 400 watts for 5 minutes tonight. Now that I've just seen that summary, that's a bit serious. Oh my lord. 110. There we go. Alright everyone, thank you for joining the lovely stream this evening and making it such a good place to be. It's been fab. Like I said, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night this week we're racing. Oh my word. 3 nights on the bounce. It's going to be a good one. Callum, thank you. A couple of new subscribers throughout the stream as well. 2 new subscribers. And an ed mode activated by JB. Also became a new member as well. So thank you for your company. Thank you to the old heads, the old ed heads, for joining as well. We value the returning customers here, the returning viewers, as much as the new viewers. So thank you so much for being here, and I will see you maybe this coming week if you're around. But if not, I will catch you sometime again soon. Take care, everybody, and stay well. Stop stream. Yeah.